Yes, good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of Ereberited. This day we'll be discussing a topic that is very germane that most women had complained to me about. And the topic is fingering or using your finger to stimulate a woman's genitals. Now, the word fingering has to do with the use of the finger. Most often, those people learning keyboard or learning how to play saxophone, the word fingering has always, been a normal word that they use. So also is fingering to a woman to give sexual pleasure. It is quite unfortunate that most men they just finger. They don't know how best to do it. And as a result, I've seen so many women who say they hate it, they don't like it. And I tell you that the fingers is the best sex tool. I repeat that the finger is the best sex tool. What do I mean? The finger has the ability, you know, ability to move around, unlike the penis or sex toy. It is rigid, but the finger is fluid, it's flexible. You can use it to explore. That is why it remains the best sex tool. But majority of men don't know how to make use of the finger. Now, fingering is to give a woman sexual pleasure or to prepare a woman for sex or to give women orgasm without having sexual penetration. It's also important I let you know that fingering, as good as it is, it does not work alone. It does not work alone. What do I mean by that? Fingering must be combined with some other things, which may include kissing, which may include the external fingering, using the other hand to finger, to smoosh the body, the nipples, the breast, the necks, the anus opening, and all that. When combined with fingering, it helps the woman. Now, what are the things to do in fingering? The first thing is the preparatory stage. The preparatory stage is this. If you're a person who likes to finger, the first thing is that one, your hands must be clean. Then you must have your nails cut and, filed. When this is done, you are sure that you do not injure the woman when you insert your fingers into her vagina. Now, starting fingering. Do you know that it is wrong for you to meet your lady, you are coming together and you are heading straight to her vagina with your fingers? No, it is capable of putting women off. Fingering must be prepared for, meaning you must start with kisses, touches, before you go into what we call fingering. In fingering, you must do it internally or externally on the vulva. Let's start from the external fingering. The external vagina consists of compartments, which includes the clitoris, the vagina opening, the vaginal lip, the major majora, and the minor minora. All these are the opening part of the vagina. In fingering, the best place to start with is usually the clitoris. The clitoris is right at the top of the vagina. Now, You place your hand on the clitoris and try to stimulate it. When you go down to the vaginal opening, what that does is it does not you don't have to rush in. Most often you use the vaginal opening to lubricate your fingers so as to reduce the friction on the clitoris. Now, fingering may not make a lady wet because when a lady is dry does not necessarily mean that she's put off sex. No. Hormonal imbalance can cause it. Entering menopause could cause it. Financial issues could cause it, and worries and all that. So many things could be responsible for it. Malnutrition, most often in this part of the world. Now, it is important you get a lubricant if you really want your woman to enjoy fingering. In fingering, there are three major places that you have to concentrate on. The first is the clitoris. That is where you start from because that is the outer part. And when you are proceeding to the second stage, which is inserting the finger into the woman's vagina, be sure that you are looking for what we call the G spot. The G spot is just about 2 cm from the outer part of the vagina. Now, when you insert your finger into a vagina, for instance, the best way to locate the G spot is as if you are calling somebody this way. That is the best way to stimulate a woman. This is fingering, as if you're calling. Then you will discover a ball shaped place at the upper part of the inner vagina. It is around that place that you move your finger and on it, around it. That is when you are doing the right thing. Majority of us want to put all our hands into the vagina. Please note that some women want it that way, but you have not gotten to that level. It is when you are, stimulating and locating the G spot. Two major things you must note here. There are what we call cues in sex. You must take cues from the woman. The cue could be a bodily reaction or verbal reaction. When she gives you bodily reaction, you know whether you are doing the right thing. Most often, some women will hold your hand and use their body to demonstrate to you how they want it. They are giving you cues. Then you do it that way. At this level, the woman could experience what we call squirting. That is passing of fluid through the same place where we comes out from. Please note that squirting is not we. No, it is the height of our pleasure for some women. You must be ready for this when you are doing the right thing. Now, the maximum at the preparatory stage are 2 fingers. So that the 2 fingers, if this is the bulb, the 2 fingers can come around it this way. The 2 finger, and if it's a finger, you do it this way. You do it this way. In there, that is how to finger a woman. Finally, the woman could then give you a cue to go further. At this point, when you pull your hand out of her, be sure to lubricate. Note that it's not all women that want this. Some women can go as far as fisting, putting all your hands in there, and some can't take it. You must learn, you must take cue from the woman. When she feels pain, that is your limit. You must learn to retract. Finally, fingering is one of the best ways to give your woman sexual pleasure. But doing it right, 90% of men do not do it right. As a result, they put the woman off or injure her in the process of doing that. Don't forget, the best of fingering, you need lubricants. Also, don't forget that fingering is best enjoyed when combined with some other things like stimulating the breast, sucking the breast, kissing, and all that. When you do that, the woman enjoys maximum pleasure. You must be disciplined as a man. You must be disciplined because it is an obligation. It is a duty. You don't have to rush. Once you do this, you will be giving your woman the best of pleasure. Thank you very much for listening today. Tomorrow is another edition. Please join us as we'll be discussing another topic. Don't forget to show some love by sharing this video, by liking and following us. And if you have any question, don't forget to contact us via the WhatsApp key and talk to us. You have attained marriageable age. We have men and women who are looking for husbands, and those who are also looking for casual relationship. Contact us for all this, and you will have fun.